feel the booze.
What's up guys, BTD Legend here, back with another new video. Now, hopefully you guys have had a very merry and wonderful Christmas. If you guys don't celebrate Christmas, or if you guys have had a shitty Christmas, hopefully you guys have at least had a happy holiday, or is having a happy holiday. Now, today I'm going to be doing a different type of video. I'm going to be doing an analysis video. Some of you newer subscribers don't really know what type of video this is, but my older subscribers will probably remember. It's where I go through a couple of games and I analyze the game in terms of money or say defense or anything, just to help you guys, get better at the game. So today we have Dark Ace versus Dark Ace. I'm on the right side right here. And today I'm going to be showing you a few advanced concepts that most of you guys might not really consider. So this video will showcase a few advanced concepts for your average player. Okay, so for the competitive community, this is pretty basic, but for your average, BTD player, this is pretty advanced, and this is what I love the most about the Dark Ace strategy. It's not the best strategy out there, but I still really like it because it's really unique because you have to focus on so many things, and that's what I find the most fun out of BTD battles. So this video is going to be part 1 out of 2 parts, I guess, because if I analyze this whole thing, you can see here that it's like 42 minutes, and me going through the whole thing slowly, it's just going to be that you guys won't really love listening to this. When I explain certain things and you guys don't understand, feel free to comment down in the comment section down below, and you can ask the question. Hopefully some other people will come and help clarify it, or if not, then I myself personally will help you understand the concept better. If you're a better player than me, or if you realize a mistake that I've made or something that I've missed out on, then please feel free to comment that down below. And yeah, because I don't want to be spreading misinformation, don't get me wrong guys, I can make mistakes as well. But the main purpose here is for me to try and get other people to be better at the game as well. So without any further ado, let's start the match. So here I placed my first star monkey here. If you place it on this very line here, next to this trap, then and get it to 0-1 straight away, then it will basically then you don't have to leak any lives at all. So we both go for our farm and we both get to 0-1, because like some people stay with a 0-0 dark monkey, or they just don't get a dark monkey at all, they use their road spikes. That's a pretty dumb idea, because not only are you losing lives or say losing road spikes, but you're still gonna get 2 bananas from your banana farm on round 1. So yeah, and his dark monkey spot, if you look at his dark monkey spot here, then you can notice that he's leaked a few lives, and I know what you're probably thinking, oh, this dark monkey spot is definitely better, right? Well, not necessarily, because this dark monkey can hit this track, whereas my dark monkey can't, since it's focused on saving early lives, whereas his is it can probably hit here and here. But yeah, different dark monkey spots have different strengths and weaknesses, and if you understand why what those strengths and weaknesses are, then it can really help you out in the early game. And say if you get an advantage, early on, then it can snowball and you'll eventually outplay your opponent. So I get my monkey farm to, wait, no, not monkey farm. I get my banana farm to 1-0, and he leaves at, I think he also gets it to 1-0 as well. So we're getting the same amount of bananas, but you can see that he's sending space balloons at the start of the round. It's a pretty smart idea since you have leftover money that you aren't using to increase your income. So he's kind of forcing me to get my dart monkey up to 0-2, whereas at the same time he's also getting like 5 eco from it or something. So I get my dart monkey to 0-2, and as soon as I collect this banana, I upgrade it to 0-3 straight away because I don't want to be leaking. And you can see that I put on last, and it just cleans up nicely over here, but there's one red balloon that's going through. So what I do, you can see that here, I change my dart monkey from last to first. See, it just hit that red balloon here instead of hitting here. If you look very, very closely, right? Okay, so if you watch closely, the moment this dart monkey fired and these balloons are as far away as possible from this triple dart monkey, that's the perfect moment to micro this triple dart to first, and by the time you can micro it back to last, the balloons won't be like here or something where your triple dart monkey will leak a few more balloons if you just keep on last. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. And since he's leaving his dart monkey on 0-2, he's going to have more money if he stops sending, but he's going to be sending reds. So I go for my farm, and I get my dart. I'm not going to send him anything right now, because if I send anything at him right now, then it's going to be a pretty bad idea. Since I have 2 farms and he has 1 farm, so even though I might be getting more farm money from him, he has a lot more, well, not a lot more, he has a bit more eco as well. So yeah, so he has a bit more eco as well. And as you can see, unlike banana farms, eco, you have to send them in sets. So like you're spending like what, $25 every like split second, whereas for my banana farm, I just spent $1,100 to buy 0-0 farm straight away. So that's like $1,100 into my income generation straight away, whereas he is spending it slowly and slowly. That means he has a lot of money saved up, and if I rush him with anything, then he's gonna be absolutely fine. He could probably get up another dart, whereas he could still have money after building defense to rush me, and after I rushed him with balloons, I wouldn't have much money to defend. See, I have like $65 right now, and he's sending blues. So if I rush him right now, I would have no money to fend off these blues, and I would just be extremely weak. So here's what I do. When the blues reach this point, and you can still see blues coming out, I get it to a triple dart, because you can tell that the rush is absolutely huge. But if they stop sending blues before then this is what I do. I just leave it on 0-2, and I get my farm up to 0-1, and you'll be like, wow, okay, so what I should do is leak like 20 lives to get up on farms. Okay, so yeah, that way I get more farms. And if you look very closely, this dart is on last, right? And if I keep on last, it's just going to be hitting these balloons and these pinks and reds, whereas so I just micro it the first, and since I'm playing Steam, I use tab to change my micro. I do that, and look at all these balloons getting destroyed, and I set it back to last so it can help out against these pinks a lot better. And that way you can save like 10s or 20 lives or something. it really helps out, and it kind of minimizes the leaks if you and it minimizes the leaks you have. And you guys are probably wondering, wow, that's probably too much work and too advanced for me. Um, why do I need to do that? I mean, it's just like a couple of lives. Well, if you think about it, the more lives you have, then say during mid game, you have 100 lives and they send a rush. You're going to be less likely to boost since you can just spam triple dots and leak more without dying and just continue farming. Whereas if you have like 2 lives and they send a rush, you'll probably panic or boost or like over defend or something. And in this scenario, and wait, and after his rush was basically doing very little damage to me. See, you can just see these pinks are getting absolutely shredded. I bloom boost blues, and then he gets up a plantation, so that's pretty smart. I think it wasn't a very good idea for me to send blues since his Dark Monkey can start doing work straight away, and the blues I sent weren't really as damaging as if I just sent regular pinks. So I guess that's what this triple dart monkey spot is good for. You're sacrificing like round 1 lives to make it do much better against brief balloons or balloons that like come out early. I don't know, something like that. So he surprisingly gets up 2 triple darts. And I just leave mine on 0-2. So I could get it up to a triple dot right now, but I'm just trying to get him to send some black balloons so he can spend more money on eco and less money on farms. But obviously that doesn't seem to be working. So I'm up on farms. He's probably up on eco, and he has more defense right now. So yeah. And usually 2 triple darts can defend round 6 blacks without losing any lives, but if you send them round 7, then you can usually make your opponent leak lives, or you can force them to get a 0-2 dart, which they will lose a lot less lives, but they get up more defense, so that's less money for them to put into farms. Now, you're probably wondering, well, at the start of round 7, why didn't I send black straight away? I had like this much money. Why didn't I just send straight away and get like extra eco? Well, if you send it now, it's going to be layered in with these useless reds. They're barely going to do anything. And if you wait if you see the last yellow blue balloon come out of the screen, and then wait 1 second and then start sending blacks like me, you can see that it lines up nicely with these space greens, and that way it will be a lot more efficient and it will do a lot more damage. So I decided to not take the leaks and build up defense straight away, but you're thinking, hang on, why are you gaining defense when you can just greed and build up another farm? Well, the reason is I can't at the moment. If I didn't buy this Dark Monkey up, I would still wouldn't have enough for a 3rd banana farm. So I decided to go for this 0-2 Dart. And if you save some lives now, then if you get rushed mid game or later on, you can tank a lot more lives, and you don't have to over defend as much and waste money then. So yeah, and he's not getting up a 3rd triple dart apparently. Oh yeah, he is. He's going a 0-1, and this is a bad idea on my spot. I decided to place a 0-0 dart here. It's a bad idea because not only does it show him that I'm ready for round 8 yellows, he just knows not to send as many yellows. So if I didn't go for this 0-0 dart at all, he probably would have sent more yellows, and he probably would have sent more yellows in the hopes of making me build or like leak a lot more lives, since I would build this spike-o-pult up slowly. So yeah, the reason you want your opponent to send as many balloons as possible is because like even though they're getting eco, right, you can't really sell your eco to get an early BIA. What you're aiming for when you're playing dart is to get your BIA as early as possible while maintaining the BIA without dying. So that's what I'm trying to aim for here. So he gets up a 0-0 dart. I actually don't send him any yellows. The reason that I don't send him yellows is because if I send a lead on round 10, then he's going to go from a 0-0 dart to a juggernaut. So why send balloons now when you can send later and still force up the same defense? Well, some might argue that if he gets up his spike-o-pult now, then he probably won't get up his third farm in time for round 9 to collect all his bananas. But if you don't force it, then some he'll probably get up more bananas. So I really don't know if I should send yellows or if I should just not send yellows and just send leads round 10 to force up a lot more defense with less money. So, but this isn't the case here, since he can get up this 1-0 in time. And if I send yellows before he got up that 1-0 farm, it wouldn't really matter. Because here's the thing with how farms work. If you get a banana farm earlier than your opponent, you might think, haha, I'm ahead on farms, yay, I have the farm advantage. But say if you got that farm at the end of a round, then you're not going to be getting extra bananas. Like at what moment have you seen that the round is about to end and then you suddenly place an entire factory and then you get like, oh my god, so many crates are coming out? No, farms just they don't work that way. So the latest you can build or upgrade a banana farm and still get all bananas from it is I think it's like 1 eco boost within the first round or before the first banana. I thought it was like after the first banana, but if you build a banana farm or upgrade a banana farm before your first banana comes out, then say you're going from a 1-0 farm to a 2-0 farm, you're going to be getting 7 bananas instead of 3 bananas. So that's $240 more for you. That's going to be good. That's good if you can collect the bananas on time. So if say like it's halfway through the round and you get up a plantation, and then that means that you won't be getting any bananas from that banana farm. So even if you got it earlier than your opponent, and they got it at the start of the next round, they're still gonna get just as the same amount of income as you. So it's pretty much useless. Even though it does tell you that you have more money on hand since you got off earlier, the amount of money you're both generating stays the same. And a lot of people have been asking me, well, what's more efficient, going for 1-0 farms or going for a plantation? Now, you've probably heard Super John Bombo say, well, it doesn't really matter since they're both so similar. And I would have to agree with Super John Bombo. It really doesn't matter in most matches, but in competitive matches, it matters a lot. Say for example, if you get up a 1-0 farm, then that's going to give you 3 bananas. If you get up a 2-0 farm by upgrading a 1-0 farm, then that's going from 3 bananas to 7 bananas. That's 4 bananas. So obviously the 1-0 farm costs $1,450 and the 2-0 farm costs $1,500. That's $50 more expensive, but you get one more banana. Yeah, you're getting an extra $10, which doesn't really seem like much, but it's worth it. So, but just at the same time, it's still more money. Now, if you wouldn't want more money, you might be able to get a farm slightly faster, whereas another person might be like $3 off their next farm, and they wouldn't like get like the full extra bananas from a plantation, whereas you did. So therefore, you'll be getting $240 more, and then it will eventually snowball into a big difference. So you guys have probably, okay, I should probably leave this going in the background. So you guys have probably been wondering, so should I always go for 1-0 farm, then a plantation, and then 1-0, then 2-0, then 1-0, then 2-0, like that, and never get two 1-0 banana farms at the same time? Well, it may seem like the answer is yes, but really it's not, because since the 1-0 farm is cheaper, then say it's like the first banana came out and you only have $1,450. You can't get a plantation, but you can get a 1-0 farm. If you buy the 1-0 farm at the start of the round and get 3 extra bananas, that's pretty good. But what if you get if you upgrade a 1-0 farm to a plantation? Now, is that better? Then it would seem so, but since you couldn't really afford it at the start of the round, and you would get it at the middle of the round, then technically you're losing out on like 4 bananas. So whereas you get like 3 bananas if you get the 1-0 farm, so you're $180 ahead of the guy who wasted like 6 seconds trying to get the plantation instead. So that alone gives you a farm advantage. I've tested this out with one of my friends on BTD. We literally mirrored each other's strategies. We told the other person we have to go for 2 3 darts, we have to go for a juggernaut here at this time, and we basically copied each other. But like one person just farmed like normal, whereas I just farmed okay, I'm not going to get the plantation in time, I have to get the 1-0. So which I can. So eventually it got to a point where it was round 25. So I just got that Operation Dartstorm in time. That's a 0-3 ODS for the Monkey Ace. Whereas my opponent, they got the 0-1 Monkey Ace and they couldn't afford a 0-2 Monkey Ace. So that's like a $3,000 difference over time. That's pretty huge if you think about it. That could be, and because he didn't have enough money for the Operation Darkstorm, he had to boost last second and leak like most of his lives due to the ceramics. So yeah, these are the very small things. You probably shouldn't be thinking about these things if you haven't got the basics covered down yet. But anyway, let's move on. I've been on the screen for way too long. Let's go to so he's still on a 0-0 dot. It's round 9 now, and I didn't even send anything. He got up a spike-o-pult, which is really good. He's building defense without me sending anything, so I can save my money. And whereas he spent his money on yellow, so therefore I have a farm advantage. As you can see clearly, he has 2 plantations and a 1-0, whereas I have 3 plantations and I have $1,000 on hand, and we have like similar defense. He probably has money saved up, but why would he have say $2,000 on hand? That would just be crazy. And you can see he doesn't really have $2,000 on hand since he got up that juggernaut a bit late. He didn't get it up straight away. So yeah. Now, what a lot of people do is send three sets of space region leads and 3 sets of space region zebras, so they can force a ton of defense. But look at these leads. If these leads were regen, they wouldn't really do anything, right? So that's why I sent 2 regular leads, which which are $90 instead of a region lead, which is $162. Now, I've heard from another player that you can use road spikes to destroy these region leads, so you don't have to build as much defense to defend this round 11 rush. And you can just like slowly overtake your opponent on farms. So that's a possibility you can. So that's one way. I can't speak. But okay. So you see that he didn't leak at all. And we have similar defense. And whereas I have 3 triple darts, and he doesn't even have his third dart to triple dart yet. I think it's because yeah, his dart monkey was on close, so it managed to hit a lot of these balloons. Whereas I was stupid, and what I should have done was put one of my triple dart monkeys on last. So therefore, these regen pinks can say turn into regen greens, and the like back of the rush can be slowed down a lot more. And you can see that these 2 darts, they're firing at the same spot. Which is, yeah, say if this dart fires first and destroys all the balloons here, and this dart fired second, this dart won't be doing any popping, whereas if you put this on last, then it could do a bit more popping, so you can save like 10 or something lives. So that's a pretty bad play by me, but at least I'm up on farms. You can see that he barely leaked, and he just sold his third triple dart monkey early. And yeah, so since I saw that he sold it, I decided to do the same thing as well, because we don't want him catching up on farms. Because I have a third triple dart monkey that is not in use at the moment. If you're a player with poor micro, then I probably would suggest that you would keep the third triple dart just in case you don't micro fast enough or something, and you would probably die because of it. Or if you have like very low lives. So if I didn't like micro my darts in the early game, then I would have say a lot less lives, probably 20 lives. So if he sends me anything like round 13, round 15, round 16 with the with the regen zebra AI, then I would probably be a lot more likely to boost, and I would not sell my triple darts as often to get up on farms. So I get both of my triple darts up to camera detection. So yeah. And we seem pretty even on farms. He's up on lives for, and I get my 5th farm. He doesn't really seem to be getting his 5th farm yet. So I assumed that I would be up on farms. And you can see that he's pretty shocked. And if he gets his farm now, which is the middle of the round, then he won't be getting the full amount of bananas from that banana farm. So I would have my money advantage would increase. And then he's disconnected, and yep, that's the end of that one. So game 2, let's quickly go through it. You can see that same start as always. He has his dart at the spike here, at the spike of this track, or the summit, whatever. Whereas I stuck with this one where I save like early game lives. So if you can see here, I've actually got my triple dart up earlier this time, and this time instead of one red balloon, it's 2 blue balloons. So you can see here, I micro this to first, and then I micro it back to last using the tab button for Steam micro, and that way I save like 2 lives. So yeah, and so he's going to be sending me stuff, and I decide to put my second dart monkey here on last instead of first, because if you put on first, it's going to be firing down here, right, where all the reds are already been taken care of by this triple dot monkey right here. So why would you use this dot monkey to like literally help do nothing at all? It's just taking some pops from this dot monkey. So I've decided to put this on last, and the moment that the blue balloons get into range of this monkey, I micro the back to first. So you can see here that there are gaps right here where this dot monkey has fired, and how this helps is because you can see a lot less balloons are going through this time, and that's kind of because I went for a second triple dot monkey instead of just saving my 0-2 dot monkey. The reason is because I knew he was sending more blues since he thought I was going to do the same thing in the first game and try and tank the lives. So he sent more blues to punish me and make me leak a lot more, so I can't like greed a lot more in the mid game. I saw through that, so yeah, and I would have leaked a lot more if I kept it to 0-2. So a very good thing to know is like when to greed and when to not greed. Did I miss something here? And yeah, these blue balloons have reached the second dot monkey, or these two dot monkeys, and it's not like the first game where he's like sending things behind it. He's still sending space blues. So yeah, I would have leaked like a ton if I didn't get it up to a triple dot. And I decided to send him pinks this time because if I sent just blues and then pinks, it wouldn't really have that much of an effect. Like the dot monkey would start hitting the blues here, and then by the time it gets to reds, then the dot monkey would hit here, and he would have more than enough time to get up his second triple dot monkey before I send pinks. So that's why I decided to not send blues over it, because this dot monkey spot, it's good for boots balloons or hitting the balloons early. So I'm slightly up on farms. He's probably up in eco. So he has more income right now since oops. So at this moment, he has more income right now since he has more eco, and we both got banana farm at a time where we wouldn't be getting much bananas at all. But however, I decided to get up a third triple dot because look, I just have enough money. Like I use my brain to calculate just enough money to get this up to a 1-0 banana farm, and another banana or say another eco boost would have been way too late to get it to a plantation, and I would not have gotten like 4 extra bananas from this farm. I don't think so. Yeah, I use this dot monkey spot. It's pretty good for around 7 AI. It's like an interesting dot choice. I recommend trying it out. I also recommend trying out this dot placement. Whatever works for you. It seems that I want to say he's leaking more, but at the same time he's not. So this time I tried to send a small yellow rush, and you can see that I got up in farms a little, and he's kind of behind in farms. I got my round 8 bonus, whereas he didn't get his round 8 bananas for his third farm. He did get it for round 9 though. So yeah, and I'm just trying out what this like. Yeah, I can't speak. I'm just gonna leave this part. So send 2 leads. So this time I sent 1 lead because yeah, and I forgot to put one of my down monkeys on last. So yeah, but I didn't leak at all, so it doesn't really matter. Here's what I do. So usually I send 2 space leads and then 1 region led and then 3 space region zebras. And if they don't get up a second spike-o-pult or a third triple dart, I can't speak. If they don't get up a spike-o-pult and instead they triple dart spam, then you send region whites behind it and they'll leak loads or they will just boost. If they did get up a second spike-o-pult before getting up triple darts, then you don't send whites behind it, because he did send whites and pinks behind this, and the spike-o-pult just helped the Juggernaut nullify all of those. So those whites and pinks he sent were pretty much useless, and I now have the advantage, since I got up my plantation earlier, and he's going to be a little late in getting it, and he just got it, and I'm just gonna bloom boost a small rush, send some whites, not zebras. So he's going to be focused on. So he built up an entire spike-o-pult. It's smart of him to do that, if you guys didn't notice. So this is what he did. So watch carefully. So he got this spike-o-pult up early. He saw that the rush ended. So what he did was look, he microed the Juggernaut to first, so it hit that. If it was still on last, it would fire down this line, but he microed it to first. And he prevented a lot of leaks. This is something you'll see a lot more often. And yeah, I think I'm going to end my recording right here, right now. It's going to be a bit long. I'm going to continue this next time. Hopefully you guys have a super duper awesome day. I'll be using some of these concepts that I've explained in this video in the next part. I'll be using some of the concepts in this video to continue explaining in like part 2 or part 3. I'm probably going to have to do a part 3, because I didn't expect this series to be this long. Probably a part 4, I don't know. So I take it back. Take that back earlier, how I'm going to be doing 2 parts, because this is just going to be way too long. You guys aren't going to watch the whole thing. Even though you guys can pause and come back later, but you guys obviously don't like that. So yeah, can this video hit 30 likes, and the moment it hits 30 likes, I'll start uploading the next section of my analysis video. This analysis video wasn't really too good, since I tried to get down the fundamentals first before you know, since I explained these concepts, that's barely going to help you in your everyday matches. So yeah, but hey, at least it's a habit to get into. Like, I've pretty much gotten to a point where I know what kind of farms I'm going to get, or I'm not going to care if my opponent gets his or her farm earlier than me at the end of the round, as opposed to me getting it at the start of the round. So yeah, eventually it's going to become muscle memory, and yeah, might as well just like start practicing this first. Like, it won't win you matches, and you're not going to be like a god at this game if you know this concept. And this isn't something you should worry about if you say have poor micro, or if you don't know what defends what with boost or without boost. But anyways, I'll just stop talking because the video is going too long. I'll continue this next time. See ya, guys.